Ready for liftoff. NASA's Crew 10 astronauts are suiting up tonight for another launch attempt. Why this trip to the International Space Station is also planned to be a rescue mission.
And flying home comes with health risks, including one that might not show symptoms until it's too late. We are taking you through a Florida man's near-death experience days after his vacation.
WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18 starts right now.
All right, it's 8 o'clock on this Friday morning. It's the end of the week. End of spring break for some schools, beginning of spring break for others, and we've got people coming in from all over the country.
That is so true, and that means our airports are going to be busy, our roads are going to be busy. We're going to get you ready for it all here on this Friday. Let's begin with First Warning meteorologist Kelly and class. We have been watching a beautiful sunrise to kick off this weekend.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, right now there is not a cloud in the sky. Here's a look at our tower cam network in Lake County, and temperatures, despite that sunshine, we're at 54 degrees in Leesburg, 51 in the Villages, 52 in Ocala, 60 degrees in Sanford, and 58 degrees in Melbourne. We'll have plenty of sunshine to start. A couple of more clouds this afternoon, but still a beautiful day ahead with temperatures in the 70s rather, and 80s. And then tomorrow we really start to warm up. 88 degrees on Saturday. On Sunday, 89, nearing the first 90-degree day temperature of the year. But Sunday we also have changes. There's a cold front that's going to roll through, bringing in showers and thunderstorms. We'll talk much more about that impact weather for you coming up in just a few minutes. First, though, let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kelly, and there is a vehicle fire here along I-75. It's on that southbound side. It's right at the Turnpike interchange. You can see here it is blocking off the shoulder here, and you can see these cars entering, going onto the Turnpike. It's right in that area, like right at that little intersection. So cars are still getting by, but you can see it is a very active scene. Fire crews are on scene, but looking like they do have those flames out. Also, for my Sunrail commuters, there are some delays for two of those trains this morning. 20 minutes to be exact for P304 northbound and P309 southbound because of an incident reportedly between the Advent Station and Winter Park. So working to get those details. We'll keep you updated right here on CW18.
All right, let's give you a live look towards Kennedy Space Center this morning, where Crew 10 is set to launch from in less than 12 hours.
Yeah, the astronauts are going to suit up for a second time this week to hopefully get off the ground to get back to the International Space Station.
And this will also be a rescue mission to bring home astronauts Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore. WESH 2's Bob Hazen is live at Spaceview Park in Titusville. Okay, Bob, NASA says the problem that did delay this launch is now fixed, and it looks like it's beautiful weather outside this morning.
Yeah, they say that is taken care of, and like you said, the weather is just great out here along the Space Coast. The clouds that were here on the horizon earlier have kind of burned off with the sun coming up, so everything's looking good, and hopefully the folks who come out here along with the astronauts won't be disappointed by another scrub.
Unfortunately, we are scrubbing for today's launch.
That was the call on Wednesday night, about 40 minutes before blastoff. NASA says they found issues with the hydraulics in the clamp arm that holds the rocket on the pad. But last night they told us that they were able to flush the air pocket out, and it's now good to go. Crew 10 is planning to travel to the International Space Station. 4 people will be relieving the crew that's there right now, and that includes Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore, who have been stuck on the station for 9 months. They got there in June on the Boeing Starliner, had its own issues though, and had to be brought back to Earth with no one on board. If all goes according to plan tonight, Crew 10 will get to the ISS tomorrow night and then spend a few days there learning the ropes from the folks who are on the station right now. Then Wilmore and Williams will undock from the station no earlier than Wednesday to make that trek back home. And we should point out, if tonight's launch does get canceled for some reason, there will be another chance to try it again tomorrow night. Covering Brevard County live in Titusville, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
Be sure, today we are taking you live to the Cape for that launch. Join us for our coverage starting at 4 o'clock over on WESH 2.
And spring break starts today for so many people, and the airports are going to be packed with folks coming and going on vacation.
We have WESH 2's Paola Tristan-Aruda joining us live from Orlando International Airport this morning. Paola, they are expecting millions of people to pass through the airport this weekend.
Yes, Hanukkah, more than 7 million people to be exact, and they'll be here all throughout this weekend and during a 44-day period. And of course, although things are looking relatively calm right now, again, tomorrow is expected to be the busiest travel period. So officials are also reminding people just to practice some patience throughout this busy time. Covering Orange County live at MCO, Paola Tristan-Aruda, WESH 2 News.
Right, today there is a vigil that will honor the woman from Titusville whose remains were found last week after she was reported missing. 72-year-old Jessie Kirk's loved ones reported her missing last Monday. Her car was later found burned near State Roads 50 and 520, and then police say they found her body near the Hullover Canal. 35-year-old David Barber has been charged with her murder. Kirk was a beloved member in the Titusville community. Her vigil is happening tonight at 7 p.m. at Sand Point Park.
In St. Petersburg, a man is facing murder charges in a deadly crash police say was a horrifying case of mistaken identity.
Oh yeah, police say an argument between Kyle Hill and his ex-girlfriend led to him getting behind the wheel drunk and angry. He spotted a car. He was convinced it was girlfriend's and started chasing it before running that car off the road, but his ex wasn't inside. Investigators say Arcelini Blanco Medina was killed and her boyfriend was seriously injured. They had no connection whatsoever to Hill.
She was on the phone when the whole incident happened, talking with her dad and her daughter in Cuba, and how they saw the whole thing happen and heard her last words, which were screaming that he was gonna kill her.
Oh my God. When the judge questioned Hill about the crash in court, he claimed and said that he didn't have any memory of it, but for the victim's family, there's no forgetting. Campos is in critical condition. Police say Hill's blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit. He has been charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder and is still in custody this morning without bond. All right, it's 8:09. You got to see this video from Denver. Another situation with a commercial airline. This time, an American Airlines plane caught fire with passengers on board. Airline said that after landing safely there at the Denver airport, that flight had an engine-related issue. American Airlines says 6 passengers went to the hospital to get checked out. The FAA and NTSB are investigating. Crazy video.
That is some thick smoke.
Oh, all right. Daytona Beach International Airport prepared for a full-scale disaster. They are ready for whatever's coming their way. They started working on this yesterday. More than 225 people and 25 local agencies participated in that drill. 90 volunteers from the UCF nursing program and Embry-Riddle played victims and plane crash for that exercise. It gave firefighters, police, and airport officials a chance to prepare for an incident like this if one ever happened. That training is required every 3 years by the FAA, and it's happening after we've seen multiple incidents with commercial airlines over the last few months.
An effort to crack down on reckless boaters is moving forward in Tallahassee. A House panel approved the bill known as Lucy's Law after a Senate committee passed similar legislation on Wednesday. Both proposals named after Lucy Fernandez, a 17-year-old killed in 2022 when the boat she and 13 others were on hit a channel marker in Miami-Dade County. Fernandez's mother told the committee that Florida leads the nation in registered vessels along with boating fatalities.
The only real way to prevent these tragedies is to make boater education and safety the priority across all ages and all groups. If you are operating a boat, you should be able to show you know how to do it safely. Anything less is gambling with lives.
Florida requires boat operators born after 1988 to take a boating safety course. If this bill becomes law, people born before 1988 would have to take the course if they are charged with reckless boating or if they receive 2 non-criminal boating violations within a 12-month period. The bill would also increase penalties for boat operators that leave the scene of a crash or make false statements to law enforcement. Well, this spring break, doctors are spreading awareness about how flights can threaten your health.
Yeah, and it all has to do with blood clots.
My vision just goes dark. I pretty much just face plant. Next time I can remember waking up is when I was on the operating table.
All right, the trip he went on just days before that doctors say caused a near-death experience for him. Well, Florida Fish and Wildlife is considering the first bear hunt in Florida since 2015. In the last hunt, FWC had to end it early after reaching the quota after just 2 days. 295 bears were killed. FWC clarified in a meeting last night that they will focus on options if a hunt should get opened or whether or not it should happen in the first place.
There's just no reason for it other than some people want to hunt bears.
I killed many bears in Alaska, but I never figured they'd open season down here, and when they did, I said, okay, want to go.
A large part of Florida's bear population is actually here in Central Florida. The 2015 FWC estimated that there were 1,200 bears from Orange County up to Jacksonville. And we've seen them like Seminole County, College Park. There was that bear near Lake Eola that one time.
Oh, that's right, a couple times, I think.
And then a bear got hit by a car like in Winter Park. Like, it's just, they're here.
They're everywhere.
All right, it's closing on at 8:16, and today the CDC is expected to give an update on these measles cases that have been rising across the country.
This comes as we learn the rate of vaccinations against measles has dropped in parts of Central Florida. According to data from the Florida Department of Health, Orange and its surrounding counties have immunization rates below the CDC's recommended coverage of 95%. 25 years ago, U.S. health officials declared measles eradicated because of a highly effective vaccination program.
As a healthcare provider myself and also my wife as well, we believe in the vaccines, and we've actually provided it to both of our kids. And so we always say is that if it's safe for us, it should be safe for the general public as well.
Osceola County has the lowest immunization rate in Central Florida at 86.9%. Across Central Florida, nearly every county is below the statewide rate of 90.6%, except for Marion and Sumter counties.
All right, when traveling this spring break, cold and flus are not the only issue that doctors are worried about right now.
Brewing blood clots can quickly become life-threatening, and traveling can jumpstart that danger. One Florida chiropractor, 31-year-old Dr. Maxwell McLaughlin, almost died after blood clots traveled to his lungs. His doctors think the long flights he took to Asia may have caused the clots. A few days after landing back home, he felt a shortness of breath.
My vision just goes dark. I pretty much just face plant into the sidewalk. I was pretty much dead for 5 to 6 minutes while they were doing CPR. But the symptoms I experienced, I would say just don't wave them off as being nothing. They're definitely, in hindsight, they're definitely more serious than I would have believed them to be.
His doctors say a massive blood clot in the lungs has a 40% chance of death. Doctors were able to remove the clots from his lungs, and fortunately, he is doing so much better now. To avoid blood clots, though, on long flights, doctors say you should drink lots of water, get up and walk around every hour or so, and wear compression socks. I have done that. I've worn compression socks.
I have not done the compression socks. I try to do like the alphabet with like my feet like under the chair, like, you know.
I hadn't heard of that.
But oh, that's terrifying. And I've gone on some long haul flights, and like it's kind of in the back of your mind, but you don't think about it. And then you see somebody who's like young and healthy going through that.
I think even getting up and walking down the aisle a few times is supposed to help every couple of hours. But just stay moving.
Top of mind for so many people because it's going to be traveling for spring break.
Yeah, and I know that there were a lot of great deals across the world, so hopefully you get up and walk around. Yeah. Okay, so if you're staying in town today, no, it's not looking great. At least in terms of the heat, we're going to be really hot tomorrow and Sunday. Sunday for the first half of the day, we'll actually have pretty good conditions, and then we'll have some showers and thunderstorms roll on through in the afternoon, but more so evening and overnight from a cold front. That cold front will bring in more rainfall for our northwestern locations late in the afternoon, and then for the I-4 corridor during the evening hours. But hey, at least Saturday is nice and sunny. And then once that cold front moves in, showers and thunderstorms on the isolated strong to severe side northwest of the I-4 corridor. If you're in northwestern Marion County, it is a scattered risk. We'll start off Sunday morning nice and quiet. Clouds continue to build, and around 3:30, we'll have a couple of pop-up showers from Orlando and east, just due to our typical heat and humidity. It's not because of the thunderstorm or the cold front yet, but that cold front will then bring in the thunderstorms around 5 o'clock, working across the I-75 corridor and towards I-4 around 7:30. And then after that, the front loses a lot of its momentum, so it's just going to bring in a lot of showers throughout the late Sunday night, early Monday morning, overnight time frame to the I-4 corridor, with eventually everything clearing out by Monday afternoon. But we'll start to see a little bit more rainfall in the I-4 corridor during that Monday, early in the morning time frame. Outside right now, though, things are not looking too bad. Mostly sunny conditions from our tower cam network in the Port Canaveral area. Temperatures are in the 50s to start, a couple of 60s, including 60 degrees in Sanford, 58 degrees in Orlando. This afternoon, if you are west of I-95, we're warming up into the mid-80s, and if you are along I-95, we are warming up into the 70s. So plenty of sunshine this morning and afternoon. This afternoon, a couple of more clouds, but still a lot of sunshine, and then clear conditions tonight, which is great because we have that Falcon 9 Crew 10 launch at 7:03, and we have 95% favorable weather conditions, and actually great greater than 95% favorable weather conditions. Just going to be watching for wind shear. That is at a low to moderate. Central Florida certified most accurate forecast shows a lot of sunshine today, upper 80s starting tomorrow through Sunday. Monday, a few showers in the morning, and then everything clears out by the afternoon, and we are much colder. Temperatures will be in the mid 70s. Those 70s will continue into Tuesday, and we're warmer by Wednesday. It is 8:20. Let's get over to first warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kellyanne, heading out the door, there is still a closure along State Road 429. It is southbound here in Winter Garden, traveling south towards Horizon West, right at Stony Brook Parkway. You can see all those lanes are shut down, and according to FHP, there's some emergency road construction happening here this morning. So we have reached out to the Central Florida Expressway Authority for some more information, but those southbound lanes have been shut down for a couple of hours. We're also experiencing some sunrail issues this morning. This is a live look near Orange Avenue. Our chopper over this scene. We do know that there's something going on here which is causing some delays with some of those sunrail trains. You can see here 20-minute delays for P304 northbound and P309 southbound.
Local, live, late-breaking. This is a WESH 2 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Sonica Donge. It is 8:26. Today, NASA is ready to launch its rescue mission to the International Space Station. After Wednesday's scrubbed attempt, NASA is going to try again to launch Crew 10. Once Space Station, the Starliner crew will finally be able to return home. Astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams have spent the past 9 months in space. Launch is set for 7:03 tonight. Make sure to follow along with our coverage starting at 4 o'clock on WESH 2. All right, we are entering into that spring break season. The airport's going to be busy, so are the roads, Megan.
Yeah, and Sonica, this morning we're also experiencing some sunrail issues. You can see here a live picture from our chopper. This is Orange Avenue and Minnesota Avenue. There is a closure right at this rail crossing. It's in between Advent Health and the Winter Park Station. Now, a couple of train delays because of this. We don't have full details on what is going on here this morning, so working to learn those. Be sure to stay tuned and pay attention to those train schedules. They are slightly altered because of this incident. Kellyanne has the forecast for our Friday.
Right now, starting off with a lot of sunshine. Temperatures today warming up into the mid 80s west of I-95. And if you are along I-95, we are going to be in the mid 70s. If you're heading out to any of our beaches today, no issues from a weather standpoint. We're going to have mostly sunny conditions, but make sure to keep an eye on the beaches. We do have a moderate risk of rip currents. Low tide, by the way, is at 3:05 this afternoon. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast shows the upper 80s this weekend. Sunday night into Monday, tracking showers and storms.
A woman was horrified to see someone had cut up the pride flag she had outside of her home. What she says, her community rallied around her. The new sense of pride she and her neighbors have found together. Osceola County leaders listening to community concerns about how they'll enforce the immigration overhaul handed down from the White House. What deputies are focusing on in their search for undocumented migrants.
And pushing government agencies out of their office space. DOJ is cutting off leases to save money. This is affecting branches of the federal government here in Florida. And
staring down another government shutdown. I'm Amy Lou in Washington with the tough vote that Democrats face just hours before deadline.
WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18 starts right now.
Thanks for joining us for another half hour here at 8:30 on this Friday. I'm Sonica Donge.
And I'm Sheldon Dutez. We are starting this half hour with a check of the forecast because a lot going on this weekend with St. Patrick's Day parades. We've got a road race in Winter Park tomorrow morning that I'm still debating if I'm going to run it.
Oh, you should.
I think the weather's going to be nice tomorrow morning, Kellyanne, and great for everything else happening outdoors.
You should absolutely run it. Yeah, it's going to be a great morning for it. Even this morning is really nice, a little bit cool but sunny as we take a look at our tower cam network along the tourist district. We're at 58 degrees here in Orlando, 59 degrees in New Smyrna, 51 degrees in Wildwood, 52 in Ocala, and 56 degrees in St. Cloud. This afternoon, if you are west of I-95, today we are warming up today into the mid 80s, along the 70s, along I-95. Plenty of sunshine for the rest of the day ahead. As we go to the afternoon hours, a couple of clouds, but still a lot more sunshine than cloud cover. Then looking ahead to the weekend, we get even warmer. 88 degrees on Saturday, warming up to 89 degrees on Sunday, which is going to be the hottest day of the year, potentially even making it the first 90-degree day of the year. Sunday starts off great, but we have a lot of changes going into Sunday afternoon and evening. We'll talk about those changes coming up in a few minutes. First, though, it's 8:33. Let's get over to first warning traffic expert expert, Megan Mackey.
Kelly, and I'm monitoring a partial closure here at this intersection, Orange Avenue and Minnesota Avenue. This is because of an incident involving a Sunrail train. It was reported about an hour ago. This is a live picture from our chopper there. We're working to learn those details from Winter Park Police, but in terms of Sunrail impacts, train P304 northbound is canceled. There is a bus bridge in place. You can see this is more of the scene here. It's right at that intersection in Winter Park. This is in between the Abbott Health Station and that Winter Park station. So we'll have the details about the train issues over on our website, WESH.com, and we will keep you updated on the details from police. Also, State Road 429 southbound at Stony Brook Parkway for some emergency construction. Working to learn those details. We'll check in again coming up in a few minutes.
All right, spring break is officially underway for so many people here across the state and across the country.
Millions of travelers are expected to pass through Orlando International Airport during this heavy travel period. WESH 2's Paula Tristan Arruda is live at MCO. Paula, we know it seems busy right now, but tomorrow is expected to be the busiest day.
Yes, Annika, they're actually expecting nearly 200,000 people to pass through this airport tomorrow, and then Sunday will be the second busiest day with about 196,000. Right now, though, things have calmed down from earlier this morning. We were seeing longer lines, but now it's starting to look like it's back to normal right now. Covering Orange County, live in Orlando, Paula Tristan Arruda, WESH 2 News.
Right now, NASA and SpaceX are getting ready for their second try to launch a crew to the International Space Station.
Yeah, that crew is their ticket home for a pair of astronauts who have been stuck at the International Space Station for 9 months. They weren't supposed to be there that long. WESH 2's Bob Hazen takes us to Space View Park as NASA says everything's good to go now.
With the midnight deadline approaching, the Senate will vote today on a temporary budget to keep the government open.
Yeah, our Washington correspondent Amy Liu shows us how members of each party are approaching the spending bill. Their offices. That's what's happening across the country right now. Nearly 800 leases are expected to be canceled over the next few months, with most of them happening in the summer. Agencies would either have to negotiate new leases or move them someplace else if they stay open. That includes the NOAA buildings in Seffner, Sunrise, and Key Largo, Rural Housing Services in Ocala, the IRS in Sarasota, the FDA's office in Tallahassee, and several Fish and Wildlife Service departments all across the state. Also, the National Park Service in Naples and Homestead. Several agencies and lawmakers are appealing to DOJ for exemptions. Investigators are trying to uncover a possible pool fraud scheme.
And they just extradited the owners of the company involved. How Brevard County deputies say the business owners got money from people for projects they never finished.
You're watching Central Florida's CW18.
Back here at 8:44, and we're taking a live look this morning along the coast in Brevard County, Cape Canaveral. You can see everything is getting ready to go for later today. We will have a check of the forecast in just a little bit and let you know when you can watch the launch. Fingers crossed everything goes without any issues.
Well, a man and woman who own a pool construction company are now facing charges in Brevard County for fraud.
Yeah, investigators say that they took money from thousands of people, promising to build pools that they never planned to complete. Chad and Kristen Black were extradited back to Florida from Arizona. They also face several lawsuits surrounding their business, Legacy Pools. Their lawyers say that this is a basic contract dispute, but the customers disagree.
This was a time during COVID. There was issues with employment shortages, getting products to make the pools. There's all sorts of things going on at this time, just like any other business. But for whatever reason, the state of Florida has targeted the pool industry.
We paid them 100% of the money up front, $92,000, and they came out, they dug a hole in the backyard, they put rebar in, and they put some concrete in it, and they went away. We've never seen them since.
Investigators say the Blacks used a company bank account as their personal bank account. They allegedly spent about $2 million traveling on gym memberships, car rentals, parties, and other items. They even built a pool for their own home, according to those investigators. All right, it's 8:47 right now. Anybody who's coming up from up north is going to really like this weather. We're getting close to records, but we're not going to break them.
We are. By the way, happy Pi Day, guys. It took me, I literally just remembered. 3.14.
Okay, this changes everything for me.
Does it?
Are you going to get pie now?
I want to get key lime pie and pizza.
Wow, you were talking about pizza all morning.
That's what I said.
It's kismet.
Friday is pizza day, always, and then I love key lime pie. So
what better day than pie day?
A little icebox pie would feel really good in the afternoon. Refreshing.
Yeah, a little key lime pie by the beach too. Why not?
We're in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It's going to be great beach weather today, tomorrow, Sunday. A little bit iffy. We have some changes arriving on Sunday, but before we get to that, it's just going to be hot. Saturday we reach 88 degrees, 89 degrees on Sunday. Not talking record heat, but Sunday's going to be the hottest day of 2025 so far. Saturday we'll have plenty of sunshine, and then Sunday our clouds begin to increase along with our winds. That's all ahead of our next cold front, which will move in Sunday night into Monday. Right now there is an isolated severe weather threat north and west of the I-4 corridor, but if you are in northwestern Marion County, you are under a scattered severe weather threat. As we go throughout the day on Sunday, again our clouds are going to increase. 2 o'clock in the afternoon we're dry, but after 2 with heat and humidity, a couple of pop-up showers happen between Orlando and the beaches. So if you do have beach plans on Sunday, just keep in mind those showers and thunderstorms are going to roll through pretty quickly. And then by 4:30, 5 o'clock, that line of thunderstorms moves into our north and west locations across I-75 around 6:30 and 7. By 8:30 and 9, it begins to approach the I-4 corridor. Then this front begins to lose some of its momentum. So it's going to hover across the I-4 corridor late Sunday into early Monday, keeping our rain chances elevated. But good news is it's not going to last all day on Monday. As we go into the afternoon hours, all of the rainfall and the cloud cover clear out. So for St. Patrick's Day on Monday, conditions are looking much better for the afternoon. Outside right now, mostly sunny from our tower cam network in Lake County with a temperature of 54 degrees. We're at 60 degrees already in Sanford, 58 degrees in Daytona Beach, 52 degrees in Palm Coast, and 56 degrees in St. Cloud. Plenty of sunshine for the rest of the afternoon ahead. A couple of more clouds later on in the day, but still plenty of sunshine compared to cloud cover. And temperatures west of 95 this afternoon reach the mid-80s. Along our I-95 locations, we will be in the 70s. Maybe on this Pie Day, you're heading out to any of our local attractions. It's a beautiful day for it. We'll have plenty of sunshine. Don't forget that sunscreen. The UV index is high. Central Florida's certified most accurate forecast shows 74 degrees on Monday. We are dropping over 10 degrees Sunday into Monday. Tuesday, 77 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, we are back into the 80s with a lot of sunshine. It is 8:50. Let's get over to First Warning traffic expert Megan Mackey.
Kelly, and a couple of big issues for your morning drive. This one here, a crash at Good Homes Road and Old Winter Garden Road. It's partially blocking this intersection here, so expect some delays. Looks like our chopper feed had frozen there for just a second, but cars are able to get by, but delays at that intersection. There's also a big investigation going on. Winter Park Police are investigating an incident involving a Sunrail train at Minnesota Avenue. So P304 northbound is canceled. P306 northbound is delayed by 21 minutes, and P309 southbound train is delayed by 15. Also, there's a detour State Road 429 southbound at Stony Brook. There's some emergency construction happening there just in those southbound lanes. Those travel times not bad between Lake Mary Boulevard and Princeton Street along I-4. We're less than 13 minutes.
Chopper 2 got some new video yesterday of one of the Dragon drones that you'll see flying around Epic Universe. This will be part of the How to Train Your Dragon area. This will be the biggest of the 5 lands in Epic Universe. The other 4, we've got Super Nintendo, I should say, World, Harry Potter, Magic, Dark Universe, and the centerpiece of it all, Celestial Park.
My eyes twitching, the Ministry of Magic.
Does that have to all be said, though? It's
Yes.
like such a mouthful. Like,
It's the Ministry
Harry
of
Potter
Magic.
people, y'all know what's up. You know what it is. They do. They do.
I'm a Harry Potter person. I know what you're talking about, but I still want to hear Ministry of Magic.
Okay. I also want to hear, like, some exciting news. Let's get the weekend started on a very bright note.
All right, I can do that. So if you missed the announcement at the end of the 6 o'clock hour on WESH 2, we are announcing, actually, I'll let my little son, Bear, share the news. He's going to be a big brother this year. It was very exciting to surprise Sheldon for the second time in 3 years.
Did not know you were pregnant.
Yes, that we are expanding our
I'm so done.
family. No, you're
Congratulations.
not.
We're so excited for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Local, live, late breaking. This is a WESH 2 News update.
Good morning. I'm Sheldon Dutez. The time right now is 8:56. A Brevard County community plans to honor the woman from Titusville whose remains were found last week after she went missing. 72-year-old Jessie Kirk was reported missing last Monday. Authorities found her car burned near State Roads 50 and 520, and then police say they found her body near the Hulliver Canal. 35-year-old David Barber is charged with her murder. There's a vigil for Kirk that's happening tonight at 7 o'clock at Sandpoint Park. All right, when you get an update on the roads, a lot of people are going to be out and about today and throughout the weekend. Megan.
Yeah, Sheldon, there's a Summerall incident in Winter Park at Minnesota Avenue and Orange Avenue. So it is actually clearing, but there are a couple Summerall delays. P304 northbound is canceled. P306 northbound is delayed by 21 minutes. And then P309 southbound is delayed by 15 minutes. So if you're a Summerall commuter, this is going to impact you this morning. We have those details on WESH.com, and we're working to learn from police what exactly happened in that earlier incident, but it is clearing right now. Kellyanne, how's the forecast for our Friday?
Outside right now, we're dealing with cool conditions, but it's going to warm up into the 80s and even 70s across our coastline. This afternoon, lots of sunshine, dry air in place, but just warm. Going into the evening hours, mostly clear. No weather concerns for tonight's Falcon 9 Crew 10 launch, though we are going to be watching the upper level winds. That is at a low to moderate. Tomorrow morning, we're waking up to temperatures in the 60s. We're warming up Saturday to 88, 89 on Sunday. Sunday evening, a few strong to severe storms are possible north and west of the I-4 corridor. A couple of showers and storms linger through Monday morning, clearing out by the afternoon.